Have you ever looked at your backyard and wondered, how can I make this a place where bees can really thrive? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can create a garden that is absolutely buzzing with life.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. This is, without a doubt, the #1 question people ask when they want to help our pollinator pals. And honestly, the great news is that the answers are way simpler and more impactful than you probably think. We're going to walk through it step by step.
So, where do we even begin? Well, it all boils down to one single golden rule, one guiding principle that, I promise you, will make the biggest difference for your local bee populations.
And here it is. That's the secret sauce. Planting flowers that are native to your specific area is the absolute foundation for supporting your local pollinators. It's really all about working with nature, not trying to fight against it.
So, why does this work so well? Well, think of it this way. Native plants and native bees basically grew up together. They co-evolved over thousands of years. This means the plants provide the exact perfect nutrition the bees need. And for you, the gardener, well, these plants are already perfectly suited to your local climate. That means less watering, less fertilizing, and just less work for a much healthier garden. It's a win-win.
Okay, so we've got our golden rule, go native. Now let's get into the fun part, the design. I want you to start thinking of your garden as a 5-star, all-you-can-eat buffet for bees. And here is your 4-step guide to making it the most popular restaurant in town.
We're going to hit on 4 key ideas here. Keeping that buffet open all season long, using colors that bees absolutely love, offering a varied menu with different shapes, and finally, making it super easy for the bees to find all that good food.
First up, and this is so important, is making sure you have a continuous bloom. A garden that only has flowers for a few weeks in the middle of summer, well, that's like a restaurant that's only open for lunch for 1 month out of the entire year. It's just not a reliable food source for the bee's whole life cycle.
And this is why the entire season is so critical. Think about it. Those early spring flowers, they are the first crucial meal for queen bees coming out of hibernation. They absolutely need that energy to start their new colonies. And then, those late fall blooms, they are just as important. They help the next generation of queens bulk up and get the nutrients they need to survive the long winter.
All right, on to step 2. It turns out that bees actually have favorite colors. They see the world a bit differently than we do, and certain colors act like a giant flashing neon sign that says, "Hey, delicious food over here."
So, what colors should be on the menu? Well, bees are most attracted to flowers in the blue, purple, yellow, and white part of the spectrum. If you pack your garden with these colors, you're basically making it irresistible to them.
Next up, shape matters. You know, it's not just about the color. The actual physical form of the flower is incredibly important. And that's because, and this is pretty cool, not all bees are built the same. This is just fascinating. Different species of bees have different tongue lengths. So you've got your short-tongued bees, and they need open, shallow flowers, something like a goldenrod. But then you have long-tongued bees, like a lot of bumblebees, and they can get their nectar from way down inside those deep tubular flowers like a larkspur. So a variety of shapes means you're feeding a whole variety of bees.
And our final step for designing this perfect buffet is all about presentation. It's about making foraging, finding food, as easy and as efficient as possible for these little guys.
So, here's the trick. Instead of just scattering single plants all over your garden, plant them in large clumps. A big patch of the same flower is like a giant billboard for a bee. They can spot it from way up in the air, and once they land, they can just efficiently go from flower to flower without wasting a bunch of energy.
Okay, so we've designed the perfect restaurant. We've got the food covered, but, every good restaurant needs a safe neighborhood around it. A truly bee-friendly garden is about more than just flowers. It's also about providing shelter.
Now, when I say bees home, what pops into your head? Probably a big hive, right? With lots of honeycombs? Well, get ready for a little surprise, because over 70% of our native bees live somewhere completely different.
That's right. The vast majority of bees out there aren't the social honeybees living in those big hives. No, they're solitary bees. They build their nests all by themselves, usually in tiny little burrows in the ground. They're kind of the quiet, independent majority of the bee world. And this leads to one of the absolute easiest and most powerful things you can do to help. Just find a little patch of your garden, maybe a sunny, out-of-the-way spot, and just leave it bare. No mulch, no ground cover, just plain old dirt.
This provides the perfect real estate for all those ground-nesting bees to build their homes. It's that simple.
So, now we've got the core principles down: food and shelter. Let's get really practical. If you're standing there wondering, okay, but where do I start? Here are a few powerhouse plants that will make a huge impact right away.
And this really ties it all together, see? For that crucial early spring period, things like willows and, yes, even dandelions provide that incredibly important first meal. Then, at the other end of the season, goldenrod and asters provide that last essential fuel to help new queens survive the winter. Getting these two bookends of the season right is a massive win for the bees.
So there you have it. The real key to a bee-friendly garden is just to think like a bee. Provide a diverse, native menu that's open all season, and give them a safe place to call home. Remember, your garden isn't just a collection of plants. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, and you are a crucial part of it. So the only question left is, what are you going to plant first?